The real story of MAMAN, one of the first openly lesbian K-pop idols, is one big mystery that is accompanied by many rumors, weird disappearance, and speculations whether the coming out was even real. In this video, we'll try to uncover the truth about MAMAN's story. Being an openly gay K-pop idol in South Korea isn't an easy thing. Although the times are changing and people are becoming more and more accepting towards the LGBTQ+ community, it can't be said about all of them. But what's more troublesome than the different opinions of the public are the difficulties these idols have to face when it comes to entertainment companies. As sad as it is, not a lot of companies seem to want to recruit an idol who is openly a member of the LGBTQ+ community. Being openly gay is still considered somewhat of a taboo in South Korea, and while there are a lot of good things to it, there are some bad ones as well. Most of them include the Korean public. A good example of how hesitant entertainment companies are when it comes to LGBTQ+ idols is MAMAN. Park Min-young, now known as MAMAN and formerly known as Magaply, started her career in the early 2000s. Before she made her debut on February 8th of 2007, she trained under SM Entertainment for 4 years before she decided to change companies. After she parted ways with SM, she signed with Jerry Entertainment. That's the company behind her debut, which happened in 2007. Under this company, she released the single Girl in Flight, which featured a lot of famous K-pop idols like Kim Young-woon from Super Junior and other celebrities. Now, this is when the situation gets a little heartbreaking and confusing. When MAMAN was under Jerry Entertainment, she decided to take the brave step and come out of the closet. In one of her interviews, MAMAN shared that she was a lesbian, and that's when it all went downhill, as you can probably imagine. What didn't help MAMAN's case was also the time. It was around 2010, and people used to be way more conservative and closed-minded about the LGBTQ+ community than they are right now. In fact, her coming out ended tragically. Once she revealed her truth to the world, it seemed like everything turned against her. At first, Jerry Entertainment tried to play her coming out as a joke, and I can't even explain how horrible that is. But when MAMAN disproved what her company said and insisted that she was being serious, Jerry Entertainment abruptly kicked her out of the company. What's even stranger is not only was she dropped within a day, everything about her was erased completely from the internet. On top of that, MAMAN was pretty mysterious already since she refused to show her face until about 2 months after her debut because she wanted to be known for her voice and not for her face. She didn't show her face in pictures, and she didn't even make an appearance in her debut music video. As of right now, there are no traces of her past on the internet except for a few articles. MAMAN is simply a big K-pop mystery. It actually seems as if she completely vanished. After MAMAN was kicked out of Jerry Entertainment, there was a long period of time where she didn't release any music or new content. MAMAN was inactive for about 3 years until she was picked up by another label. It finally seemed like her career would pick up again when she released the song Obvious Story in 2015. The music video proudly shows off the LGBTQ+ community, and it attracted a lot of support and appreciation. A lot of people found her coming out in such a conservative country like South Korea very brave and courageous. Unfortunately, her 2015 single is the last project MAMAN released, and she has been gone ever since. Because there's so little information about her, it almost feels as if people made her up and she wasn't real at all. Since there are just a few articles and a couple of videos, people have been getting a little suspicious if her coming out was even real. As previously mentioned, Jerry Entertainment allegedly wiped out all of the content that included her, from articles to pictures to interviews. Unfortunately, the interview where MAMAN came out was completely deleted as well. Or did it even exist? Almost like a conspiracy, people have been vocal about the issue, especially on Reddit. They have been questioning if there's anything left that would actually confirm MAMAN's coming out, stating that the few articles that could be found only repeat the same thing. None of them contain a link to the said interview or statement. There is literally nothing, and it makes people wonder if this story is simply made up. What also doesn't help the case is that it's been more than 10 years since it happened. One user replied to someone asking if MAMAN truly came out. I unfortunately can't remember when she said it, but I know that she did state it publicly, maybe on social media? Her company tried to play it off as a prank, and she was released from her contract when she refused to support that idea of explanation. Another user replied to the comment, "Everyone says she said it in an interview in 2006. That interview is nowhere to be found. They say her company Jerry Entertainment released a statement which is, again, nowhere to be found. I heard someone say she was just an ally and not actually gay. No one can confirm or deny that, which is really weird." The whole situation is weird and a little bit disturbing. Her previous company, Jerry Entertainment, is also nowhere to be found, almost as if they disappeared with no trace left behind. Nothing comes up on Google or anywhere else, and it seems like the company never even existed. It's possible that it's because it was a small company and it existed such a long time ago, but adding everything together, it makes for a pretty interesting urban legend. Although MAMAN hasn't been seen since 2015, the title of being the first openly gay K-pop idol can never be taken away from her. Despite how tough the LGBTQ+ community had it in the early 2000s, there were a couple of openly female idols that have been loud and proud, MAMAN being one of them. Before MAMAN debuted and made her public coming out, there was a group called Lady, which was the first ever all-transgender group in South Korea. They debuted in 2005 with 4 members, and their main inspiration was taken from Harisu. Harisu, her real name being Lee Kyung-eun, is a Korean pop singer, model, and also actress. Assigned male at birth, Harisu identified as a female from early childhood, and she transitioned in the 90s. Harisu is a pretty big legend, as she is South Korea's first transgender public figure, and in 2002, she became the first person in South Korea to legally change their gender. Back to the group Lady though. As all of you can guess, their career was very short-lived, and they disbanded just 2 years after their debut in 2007. As sad as it is, Lady wasn't able to be really promoted as their music videos weren't received well by the public. They did receive some attention by the media, but it wasn't because of the music they were releasing. They garnered attention because of their unique status as a transgender group in a very conservative country. They were able to perform on some music shows just a couple of times though. The last attempt to attract more attention and publicity was when the group released a photo book featuring photos of all the Lady members without any clothes, but this wasn't a success either. There had also been a controversy surrounding the group shortly after their debut. It was rumored that one of the members underwent the reassignment surgery so she could avoid mandatory military service. The controversy had never been confirmed nor denied, and it remains more of a rumor, but many people believe it was the reason why the group fell apart. After the group disbanded, the members slowly faded into the shadows. Although they weren't able to have the career they maybe wanted to, their courage and bravery to be themselves was still big, and I think it's important to know that groups like Lady help shift the LGBTQ+ movement forward, especially when it comes to celebrities. It's all thanks to artists like MAMAN, Harisu, Lady, and others that idols now can be more comfortable with their sexualities and identities. These people paved the way for idols like Holland, who is mistakenly labeled as the first openly gay K-pop idol. Although he hasn't been the first idol to be vocal in public about his sexuality, he's been an advocate about a lot of important issues. Ever since he debuted in 2018 as a singer, he's been using his platform to speak up on very alarming issues. Holland encountered the same issue as MAMAN did when she was kicked out of Jerry Entertainment. Holland as well has a problem finding himself an agency that would be willing to sign someone who is openly a member of the LGBTQ+ community. Lastly, who I would like to mention is Hansol from the now disbanded group Top Dog. He's also been a big voice for the members of the LGBTQ+ community. During an Instagram session in August of 2017, Hansol came out as asexual. Hansol told his viewers, "I thought about this, and I'm asexual. I don't like anyone. I only like myself. I just like my friends and family." Since his coming out, Hansol has been receiving a lot of support and praise. Being asexual often means that people are frowned upon by the public and sometimes by the LGBTQ+ community as well, so it's really nice to see celebrities speaking up about these topics. One user on Twitter wrote, "Top Dog's Hansol was so brave to come out as asexual. Most people forget that asexuality exists. I sincerely hope that as society evolves and moves forward, there will be more people being able to be fully themselves without having to hide any parts of themselves." While we should definitely support the LGBTQ+ idols that we have right now, it's important to not forget those who were brave when the world wasn't so accepting yet. And maybe we can eventually get some answers about MAMAN's mysterious disappearance. What do you think about her story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Bye!